Hi, welcome back to another video here on my Midlife Pro YouTube channel. Do you sometimes ask yourself, how on earth did I end up here? No, and I don't mean that YouTube channel, I mean life. Like, you might be in your 40s, in your 50s. Do you ever think, like, how on earth did I end up here? And if you cast your mind back to your late teens, to your early 20s, where did you think you're going to be in your 40s or 50s? Likelihood is, it's not where you are right now. And that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Now, in our kind of like late teens, early 20s, even kind of like mid 20s, we probably worked hard and partied hard. I did. A lot of us did. To be honest, it was a time before social media. So we weren't on our smartphones. We were out there partying, traveling, having adventures. Good old times. But to be honest, when it came to our first job, our first kind of like step onto that career ladder, we didn't say like, oh yeah, I want to be at this position in my 40s. No, we took whatever job came along, whatever job was vaguely within our kind of like skill set. And to be honest, we took the job that paid the best because we needed that money for traveling, for partying. So you kind of like entered a career path you didn't necessarily intend to be on. Now, once you're on it, like especially in your 20s, you don't think about it. You're too busy enjoying life, and you should. You definitely should. And then your 30s come along, and you might start a family, or you might delve even deeper into your career. You don't have time to reflect either. Before you know it, you're in your 40s. And all of a sudden you go like, oh, how on earth did I end up here? And before you go like, wow, perfect, I'm going to have a midlife crisis and I do something else. No, we're not going to do that. By the way, midlife crisis as a complete misnomer, but I talk about this in another video. So yeah, don't take it as a green light and go like, well, I'm going to go back to my 20s. I'm going to party like there's no tomorrow. No, I would like you to just stop and think about it for a moment. To help you do that, here's a useful exercise. Take a blank piece of paper, draw a line in the middle. On the top bit, you put a plus sign for positives. At the bottom bit, below the line, a minus for the negatives or not so great bits. And you start your timeline, let's say at about 15, 16, and it ends where you are right now. And I would like you to cast your mind back at any highlights you had. Were there any jobs you enjoyed, any adventures, any kind of like maybe, I don't know, starting your family, anything that springs to mind. But also anything that wasn't that great. You know, anything that maybe was a little bit of a struggle or hurdle, or you think, wow, I wish I would have made a different decision back then. Just put that down below. You should end up with about 5 to 10 highlights and lowlights. It could be less, it could be more, it's up to you. Just take your time. Then look at those and circle the top 3 on either side. And reflect on those a little bit more, especially the positives. Why did you enjoy them so much? Why do they stand out for you? Really cast your mind back. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Next step, I would like you to think, okay, I'm whatever you are, so I'm 47 right now, and I look back and I'm like, no, I didn't think I'm going to be where I am right now. But that's okay. To be honest, I look back at my life and I'm happy. I'm happy with every decision I made, good or bad. Did I think I'm going to be here in my early 20s? No, I didn't, and that's completely okay. So please do that for yourself as well. And then the third step, really important, draw that line a little bit longer. And then imagine 5 years later and 10 years later, where do you actually want to be? Where do you actually want to be? Such a powerful question. And if you have any thoughts coming into your head of, well, it's too late now, I'm not in my 20s anymore, I can't change, you can. In your 40s, you're not even halfway through your career. You could start, if you wanted to, completely from scratch again. But, hear me out, you don't have to. you don't actually need a degree for certain jobs, or if you want to pivot into a different kind of like career or career path. There are many other ways on how you can do that, and I'll talk about those in a video coming up soon. But really think about it. Where do I want to be? And how can I pivot? How can I pivot my own little path where I am on right now? What can I do so I don't have to have that full-blown midlife crisis? As I said, I don't like the term midlife crisis anyway. But you can actually pivot, and you can take charge of your career path. You can take charge of where you want to go with your life. And it doesn't matter if you're 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. It's not too late. Now, I'm going to show you next Tuesday how you can easily do that. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks how to easily pivot the trajectory you're currently on, so you follow a different path. But for now, I really would like you to do that exercise. Look back in your past, reflect on it, and imagine where you want to be. It's such a powerful exercise. Don't miss out next Tuesday's video. If you don't want to miss out on it, you know what you have to do. Click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next week. Bye.